I think it's working. All right. So, all right, let's watch this video, and it kind of intros our little activity here.
Joy Milne first noticed something odd about her husband's scent when he was 45. Shortly afterwards, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's. Now universities are testing if it's a coincidence or a newfound precaution. Here's Mike McCarthy from our British partner, Sky News.
When she was a teenager, Joy Milne started to realise that she had an acute sense of smell. But it was only when she noticed a change in her husband Les's odour that the incredible potential of her super sense became clear.
He was anaesthetist, he was in a close situation in theatres and he was working long hours, and I presumed, and the Parkinson's tiredness had kicked in then, but we didn't know that. And because he was tired, I just thought, well, you're not showering enough, and I said so.
At first, Joy didn't know what the smell was until she recognised it in other people and said so at a meeting to discuss Parkinson's.
And I thought, this is it, this is the right moment. And I stood up and said, why are we not using the smell of Parkinson's? I can smell it in this room all around me.
Now at Manchester University, researchers supported by the charity Parkinson's UK are harnessing Joy's special skill. Once Joy's incredible ability had been recognised, she was given by the university a number of t-shirts. Now half of them had been worn by Parkinson's sufferers, the other half by a control group. She got them all right, apart from one. That
Okay. We'll finish that video at the end here. Okay, so there's the video. What happened was this lady in the UK, she thinks she can smell an odor on her husband. And let's see, so she just thought it might have been, something different until she was at a Parkinson's meeting, or she saw someone who had Parkinson's and could smell it again. So scientists were intrigued by her claim, designed an experiment for her to do this. She was presented 12 different shirts. She got 11 out of 12 right. So we're trying to see, basically, the main question in statistics a lot is like, is this convincing evidence for like me to say that she can do it or not? Okay, and we're trying to use math to do it. So statistics is a little different. It's not your typical like calculus, pre-cal, algebra, or whatever. Like we're using math to kind of make claims. It's almost more science related. Okay, so we're gonna do some group stuff, which is a little different this year with us. But you're at a table with someone else, or if you like have a group around you that you want, like you can have 4. Like you can turn around and be a group of 4 that you're talking. It doesn't matter. So you can do 2s or 4s. But I do want you to at least be, talking paired up with someone else. And so this is typical of like each day. So what we're going for this year is like y'all are gonna kind of go through some like experiences of stuff, and then I'm gonna come through on the back end and explain like the statistics definition we'd put on it. And hopefully, like it's been working great the last year or two. That really solidifies the ideas more in your head than like me up here lecturing, and especially for like 95 minutes. That would just be horrible. So it can be fun, but it's also, you cannot learn anything if you're not engaged in it. So it's important that y'all are doing this. So I made a little protocol. So just the basic idea of what we're doing here is whoever your group is, I want y'all to read it, whether you read it out loud to each other or silently. Read like question number 1. Let's read it, then you discuss it, then let's write down the answer. So let's discuss all our options, talk about it. It doesn't have to be a deep, long discussion, but like at least something, and then you're like, okay, I agree that that's what we should do, or whatever. Go to question number 2, 3. So what I want to do is we're going to do the front page number 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to try and be good about giving us like a timer. So I'm going to do 3 minutes, and I want you as a group to discuss 1, 2, and 3 and write something down about what you think for those questions, okay? So we're basically we're trying to come up with, do we think she can actually smell Parkinson's? That's like our hypothesis? I don't know. Anyways. And if y'all are ever having trouble like hearing me through the mask, if I'm talking too softly or quickly, just stop me. Just yell at me. I don't care.
Can we just write a number on 2 and 3?
Yeah, you can do that. Maybe say why too. Like the big idea in statistics is like not just giving me a correct answer, but like in free response, it's explaining, interpreting what you mean too. So, all right. So I'm gonna give you 3 minutes. We'll see. We might be way too much time. It might not be. So let's go for it.
Yeah, like early detection. I would say like it's important to be able to detect it is, you know, if they have it or not, then like, yeah, you can prevent it. Severe. Or like please stop it soon.
Yeah. How many correct decisions out of 12 would you expect to write down?
If you really couldn't, and you know, really couldn't, not even just guessing, I expect you to make you know, it's just lucky guessing. So
Yeah.
you might get some of them right. You're not gonna get them all right. Well, at least 11 of them right.
Why? Yeah, I guess I kind of like guessing. 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
How many correct decisions would you expect the boy to smell?
Maybe.
Let's say half.
I said like 10.
50-50
I said 10 just to, you know. But she made 11 though.
Yeah, it's only like a 70% right. It's like 66 field. Like it's not passing, right? It sounds fine. Would be. I would know.
It's just like how much.
Because like maybe they don't all smell.
So are you taking another math class with this, or is it just statistics?
Yeah.
What'd you take last year?
Something
At
like
least-
variables.
Okay. That's
Because there are
sophomore.
other variables.
Mhm.
No, the junior and senior.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Eight,
okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
like, at least 7.
Okay, I got 30 seconds, but you know we need a little more time. That might be okay. I think we're doing pretty good. So, 30 seconds.
So last year's testimonials?
Oh, that's loud. What's up, Alethea?
Are the things in the ceiling from last year?
I didn't teach geometry last year. Those are from 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like
Um, But now I'm teaching regular geometry because I started coaching a couple years ago, or last year, and so they didn't want me to do. I had to choose between AP Stats or Pre-AP Geometry, and that was an easy choice. So, okay. All right. So what I want is So what I would typically do in non-COVID times is I would want y'all to like come up here and write an answer or something like that. I'm gonna write our answers that y'all are kind of coming up with, and then we'll go through it. So, what's an idea that y'all had that you thought was good? Just someone share out.
early detection.
Okay. Yeah. And why is that a good thing?
So that you can like know your Parkinson's before it's like super progressive.
Yeah. Maybe we can.
Like treatment and stuff.
Yeah.
Catching it early.
Yeah. Cool. Something else?
maybe they could like, in the future, like, make a medicine that will like prevent the onset of symptoms.
Okay, yeah, maybe I'll say, what do I think about like maybe better medical treatment because of that, because of this detection, you know? Okay, I can think of at least one other thing. Did anyone have anything different than those? Like, it kind of goes along, but it's like, saving time, like early detection, saving time, but, I was thinking like money related. That might go with the treatment, like, can like help save money for more treatments later, whatever, like, that can go two ways. The companies make money or the people don't have to spend as much money later. So, there can be lots of different things there. Okay, how many correct decisions out of 12 would you expect if she couldn't really smell Parkinson's and was just guessing? So if she had no idea and you couldn't smell Parkinson's, what would we get out of 12?
4. I said 4 out of 12.
Okay, why 4?
Because like it's a 50-50 guess. Like she's gonna get some of them right, but she's not gonna get them like majority of them right. That's what I was saying.
Okay,
That's what we're saying.
any other thoughts on that?
We said 3 to 6.
3 to 6, okay. Thoughts on those? Any other, or like, confident? Okay, sweet. And then let's do how many correct decisions out of 12 would it take for you to convince you that they have Parkinson's? What would be convincing?
11 out of 12.
Okay. I mean this, and again, this is like, y'all, we're just saying, like it's different. Like maybe I need to be 12 out of 12. Like that's what I initially said on this. Like maybe you're more like 9 out of 12. I don't know. Like anyone differ from 11 to 12? What's like our lowest person who said maybe convincing?
I said 10.
Okay. 10 might be there. Okay. Sweet. Okay. So like this one's not as like we're not really in a lesson right now. Like as in like we're not lesson 1. This is just broad intro lesson here. But like I would want to write down y'all's answers and then I'm gonna go back with a different color so y'all can see and I would fill in like my writings or if there was a definition that I wanted to point out or something important here. So let's see, and you can also do it in like if you're that type of person that's like really organized and you have different pens and stuff, whatever. So yeah, I think that's good. I want to kind of go back to this idea. So if they were just guessing, like I think you were saying 50-50, but then y'all said 4. So I was kind of confused on that. Like if it's a 50-50 option,
Yeah.
why is it 4 or why is it 3 to 6? Like, why did we go 3 to 6? Isn't 3 to 6 the same as 3 to 9? Y'all get what I'm saying there?
Yeah.
Like, why did we go for there's deviation? Because 50-50 is 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
We good? If you're never good, just yell at me, okay? 6 is 50-50. Why did we go lower? Like, it's the same, it should be even. Like, flipping a coin is that sort of thing. It could be even, whatever, 5 to 7.
Well, it depends
So,
on like if she guesses 3 out of 12. It depends on like how many she guesses. If that makes sense. Like if she were to say 6, where like Parkinson's 6 where.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it. But also, like, what if she said it and it was, I still think, like, are you saying you don't believe, like, the 3 and the 9 are similar?
No, I'm saying if she was completely guessing and just did like half and half, hoping that she would get a 50-50 shot.
Oh, gotcha. Like, if she literally just said, like, 6 Parkinson's and 6. Yeah. Even then, though, if you said 6 and 6, I think there's still a chance to get 9. There's a chance to get 12.
Yeah, I mean,
You
guess
could
them in the right
you could
order.
get 12. Like the odds are probably not very high for you to get 12 out of 12, but it's possible. So I still think this is kind of our range, and there's just little things in our mind that kind of lean to like that lower number. But it's like if I flip a coin right now, I could get 9 out of 12 as many times as I could 3 out of 12. That's kind of probability. But okay, so like 6 though is agreed, like that is like baseline, like that is the theoretical probability. Now experimentally, we might get different numbers, but in theory, we should get 6. Is that agreed?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And then, how many correct decisions would it take to convince you? Yeah, that's just up for interpretation. So we're gonna see what that looks like. Okay, sweet. I'm just looking at my notes. I put a little note. So I already kind of said it. Stats is just the likelihood of something happening purely by chance, and we're trying to find convincing evidence. Like, did that just happen by chance, or did that actually happen for real? Okay, so we're gonna do an experiment, and we're gonna do something called to do it. We're gonna do simulation. So I don't think. No one in here is claiming to be able to smell Parkinson's. And so we're not going to be her. We're going to be the just guessing by straight chance. Like all of us are totally guessing. We're the 50-50 person right now. Okay? And so let's see. So if there was a chance, I'm not going to read that big paragraph because this is what we're talking about. You can read it. Okay, so just a heads up, Miss Gallus and Mr. Wilcox are some teachers in Michigan. It's called Stats Medic, and I did some AP trainings with them, and they have really good resources and stuff, and I'm just going to be lazy and not go through and change my name every time. Some I will, but y'all just, is that okay? Is that grace for them?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is us. Okay. All right. I'm going to hand you 12 cards, which I had to make it in some sort of way where y'all are just going to throw these out because I can't take paper back from you. So, in typical years, I would do a nice picture of like a shirt that like said Parkinson's or not. I've literally got 12 sets of cards here, and they say no or they say yes on them. So no Parkinson's, yes Parkinson's. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give y'all these in each group, and someone's going to be the guesser. I think her name was Jill or something. Someone's going to be that, or no, we're not her. We're just someone guessing by chance. So someone's going to be the random guesser. You know, take a good sniff through your mask. Okay, it's really good. Can do it. This one is a no. I got it. Yes. Okay, and y'all are going to do 12, and don't like put them back. So we're sampling without replacement. Okay. So you're gonna take these, shuffle them around, and then y'all are gonna record the number of correct. Tally the proportion. Okay. So you're gonna do a tally like as you're doing it. Got 1. Got 6 out of 12. 50%. Okay. So let me model this with. Let's see. Let's just do it with anyone. I gotta shuffle these around. Okay, so let me model what you're gonna do. Reagan, you're my person. Okay, take a good whiff. Whiff this one right here. You got it? Waft it. Okay, what is it?
Yes.
Okay. And what I want you to do is, let's see. I want you to do it in a way like don't tell them if they got it right or wrong.
Should we like write it on the other side of the card, like what they guessed? So
You
we
just put
know?
it in 2 piles.
You could do. These are going to be yours to throw away after. So yeah, do it either. Yeah, maybe I'll do it like 2 different piles. Maybe that'd be good. You don't know which one my correct or wrong is. Okay, let's do another one. Take it. Walk. Okay. Get down. Okay.
No.
Okay. Uh-oh. 1 for 1. You don't know where. Okay.
Somebody's alive.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, is she doing really bad or is she?
No.
Okay, and we'll do one more.
Yes.
Okay. And see, I needed to shuffle these because like all my yeses were at the back side there. So, So like you got, let's see, you got 4 out of 6. That's pretty good. So if I was doing my paper, it would be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 out of 6 is 66%, I think. So that's what I would do. Sweet. So the importance of shuffling your cards when I give them to you. Okay, so we're gonna do this, let's see. So you're gonna do that. I would normally have y'all come and put a dot plot on here. You're gonna have to tell me your dot plot number, okay? That's just how we're gonna have to do it. And then I also want you to do number 6. So as a group, you're gonna do number 4, 5, 6, and stop. And we'll see how long it takes us. So decide right now who's gonna be the guesser, who's gonna be the person. Don't tell them if they got it right or wrong.
Only don't do that.
Why not?
Alright. Okay, so let's see. We're at like 47 right now. So we'll do, I don't know, 5, 10 minutes. Where's my paper? I don't know what I thought this needed. Let's just go for it. So shuffle your thing. Really shuffle them up without replacement. Make a tally. Do it. Do through.
Oh, you didn't have to. Yes. No. Yes. No.
Yes.
Really take a good sniff of it, guys. Come on.
Yes.
That's why Reagan did really good because she was, wafting it in.
Yes.
All the way around. Yeah, all the way around.
I just always wanted to say the word waft. I got to say it a lot.
We got a lot of
You got 7 out of. Okay.
They're all
Not too bad. Well, yeah.
That's good.
All right, do your tally, do your number, get your percentage, and then tell me what your number is when you get it.
7.
You got 5 right. We got 6. 5 out of 12. We got 5. Or Reagan got 5. She went up.
I didn't do
What'd y'all get?
We got 6 out of
6.
7.
I'm just gonna put
Randy.
Harmon.
5.
7.
All right. Sweet. That's us. We only have 7. So one hard thing that's going to be in some of our lessons is that, like, since we don't have like a ton of people, like it's nice to have a lot of data for statistics. So sometimes I might come through and put my own, like, either samples I did in the morning or like made up. Okay, just being real, like I might just totally make them up. So just for the purpose of that, I'm not going to do it on this one. So here's ours. Here's our class set of data. There's our numbers. So we got 2 5s, 2 6s, 3 7s. Okay, so how about y'all do this one first? So do number 6 in your group. Talk about it. See what you think. Come up with the reasoning behind it.
0.
And the question that's not on there that I think you should be asking is, so does this provide convincing evidence that Joy can smell Parkinson's? So read number 6, answer the question, and then decide with your group member, does this provide convincing evidence?
So if she got grades that could get most correctly.
Yeah, I want to like run more tests, but
What was be the
there's
percentage?
evidence there to back up, like to warrant more tests.
This one should be 0.
You know the dog that was the second one, one of the dog like can smell cancer and they smell.
And So,
91%.
so do number 6, answer the question, why is there convincing evidence that she can do it and why? So like say yes because this, no because this. Okay. Let's see, what's our halfway point in this class? 9 o'clock, I think. 9:05, I think, is our halfway point. We're doing great. All right. Wait, is that that clock's off? There must have been a daylight savings time since school last happened.
Yeah, there was in the spring,
When does time change?
past 6 months.
Stinking COVID. All right,
Yeah.
let's see. Give me like a thumbs up if your group is good. If you're not, if you don't give me a thumbs up, then we gotta keep going. Good. Okay, we'll give it a little bit longer. And so just generally speaking about the year, not quite, I mean, this is kind of the general flow of a lesson. And so, like I want y'all to get into stuff, but also we need to be efficient with our time and not like wasting, like me being able to, like I don't want to get to the end and like have to rush through explaining topics. So, when I ask for 2 minutes, like let's do it in that time or whatever. But today I was totally guessing at how long we needed. Okay, so let's see. So what proportion of simulations were 11 out of 12? 0 out of 7. So a grand total of 0% in my brain. That made me think of calculators, which I'll just go ahead and talk about now. I'll have the calculators on your desk in these nice little bags. If you have your own calculator, that's great, and then you don't have to worry about whatever. So, but you don't have to have your own calculator because you all needed it for this one. This one was hard to calculate. Okay, so let's go to the other question that's not on the page. Do you think there was convincing evidence just from our little simulation that she can smell it or not? So someone, a group, tell me yes or no and why you thought that. Or I'll choose somebody. Okay, what'd y'all say?
We said yes because even looking at the class data, the highest number of guesses was still 4 off of 11, so 11 is a high percentage.
Okay. Yeah. Do we have really much differentiation from that? Anyone have another thought? I'm assuming we all probably said yes.
Yeah.
What's a reason? Okay, let me flip it the other way. What's a reason we would say no? Or if someone did say no, why would you say no? That's a good point. Why would we want to do it again?
Bigger sample size.
What does a bigger sample size do for us?
Gives us more data.
Why is it good to have more data? Okay. Yeah, just like the example of flipping a coin, I could get 5 straight heads. That doesn't prove that coin's fake. If I get 500 straight heads, then something's happening. Okay. So yeah, the bigger the sample size, the better it's gonna represent. It's gonna give our variation. It's gonna help us really narrow in on that true proportion. Okay, one other thing that I forgot to do that is just something I want to do with the dot plots this year is what does this dot represent? So for a while,
Teachers, please pardon the interruption. At this time, we're taking students with last names N and O. Students with last names N and O who did not receive a ID yesterday need to bring their schedule to the library. Again, last names starting with N and O to the library with a schedule. Thank you.
Okay, so this question for about the first semester is gonna seem like kind of pointless or different, but like it's gonna make a lot more sense once we get into some more stuff of like, oh, that dot means something different. So like, what is that dot right there in our experiment? One group's what? Yeah, that was one group's sample of 12 guesses. They had 7 out of 12 guesses. So that dot represents, yeah, one group's 7 out of 12 correct guesses. Okay. And I'll just point those out, and then it'll be a good habit later. Today, you can write that down or not. But okay, sweet. So we think convincing evidence or not. Let's do another set of trials just to see. Let's just do it. We got time. So y'all do another 12 for me. Maybe you could switch partners if you want, and do another 12 just to see what happens. This wasn't planned, off the cuff. I try and plan, but then I don't follow my plan a lot. I don't like it.
Yes.
Yes.
What y'all get? Solution?
Wait, yes.
A new low.
Oh, wait. That's a big pile. Thank you for pointing that
4?
out.
Wow, we're getting worse.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
you got 3.
9?
3?
Yeah.
9?
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought I was getting
We've got a genius.
Yeah. I can smell dementia. I got 9 right. So that, we said 8 to 10 is convincing evidence, didn't we? I got 9.
I got it.
Yeah.
I can smell it.
All right, how many correct over there?
9.
9? Wow. Geniuses. Okay, so I like the idea of maybe it wasn't convincing because all of a sudden we just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 7 that were outside of our last parameter or like our last data set. So like, who knows? Maybe we do it again and like someone gets 0 or something. I don't know, but like we could calculate. So like in our probability unit, we do statistics and probability. Our probability is part of it. We could do, like there is a 1% chance for 0. There is a 1.5% chance for 1. We could do those. We're not going to worry about that today. But yeah, we're seeing that there's still some variation, but this answer is still 0 anyway. So that is almost making me more confident, right? Because I'm increasing. I should be getting more narrowed in on my number. Even though I spread out, I still didn't get out here. So let me show you something that's really helpful. Like let's say I wanted to do like 50 or 100 or 1,000 of these, and we don't have all day. That's where we have a thing called an applet, or in our case, so this is our Schoology page, and it's called Statlet because it's stat applets. So really creative. Okay, let's see. What did we do here? Oh, I should have thought about this. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm glad they had that. No, this isn't what I wanted. Dang it. Which applet was it? I think it'll be this one. Right? You know, just talk to yourselves. It's fine. All right, I think this is it. Dang it. What the heck? Where am I at? Why am I lost? I thought I had this. Huh. Okay, maybe I was there. Maybe. I don't think so. I think it's because I know what I'm looking for, but like I don't think this is the right spot. If I saw the thing. Alright, dang it. I'm gonna have to do that later. Okay, so anyways. Let's just it's like a Reese's. That's what I need to look for. Like the Reese's applet would do it. I really thought I just immediately knew where it was. This is the problem of doing block schedule, is that I didn't think about y'all yesterday. I just thought about my other kids.
Oh. That means a lot. I was gonna say we're not gonna thought.
That touch so deep.
All right, here we go. This will do. Okay, so this is a different one that we'll do another time. In the spring, it gets kind of fun. We do stuff with candy and stuff. I guess I don't know how that'll work though. I can give y'all. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna do it anyway. Okay, I'm sorry if you don't want it. Sorry if you don't want it, then you know you don't have to have it. That's you know. Okay, don't sue me. Okay, let's see. So we did a sample of 12, probability 50%, and then I did one sample. So this is just animating a sample, and then let's say that was a 7. This is not Reese's, this was us guessing. Do y'all understand where I'm at? Okay, so we just did, like, where are we at right now? I need 13 more, and there's their data. Ours is different, because they did a different 14 samples than us. Are we okay right now?
Yeah.
So 50% chance. We drew 12 out of 50 or 50% chance of those 12. This was their class set. So even then, they still didn't get 11. I want to do how many samples does it take till we finally get an 11? Okay. So let's do like, I don't know, 13 more. Still haven't gotten one. 13 more. Still haven't. But we got a 2. So we can look at a 1, if we get a 1 or an 11 or something like that. I think that's the same. So we still haven't gotten it though. At 40, 53, 66. Okay, I'm just gonna 130 samples here. Okay, we're at almost 200 samples. It looks like we still have. Are we convinced yet?
Yes.
Okay, I think it's pretty convincing at this point. Still, come on. Oh, I see one. I see one. 500. Okay, 1 in 500 almost.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the general idea of like how much is it going to take, but how practical is it for me to go and do that experiment or like trust that to do a simulation that many times. So sometimes it's not practical for me to do 500, so we have to rely on just probability models, stuff like that, simulations that we can do. I can't do that many experiments, but then now I can say 1 in 450 were that. So I'm very convinced that she can smell it. Okay. So that's kind of our idea. We're trying to say, like, if this was our number, you know, what's the percent where she, that or above, or I would even go this way. How much percent of those actually happened? And then we're going to get to this in the inference section, kind of December, January area, about like, what percent, maybe I'll ask it this way, what percent would you need to see here to be convinced? Like if I said that 1% of the samples popped up as like doing that, or if I said 10% popped up in this range, 20% popped up in this range, where do we start feeling comfortable to say, is there evidence or not?
Like one or less, because one would mean that like 1 in every 100 people can like smell Parkinson's, right? Like
1 in every 100. So like, yeah, if it was 1, you would say convincing. If it was 2, you'd say no, sort of thing, or like not convincing. I mean, there's no way y'all would know at this point either. So it's just thought. But like, okay, so in statistics, this is actually kind of a gray area. Like, this is just real world stuff, and it's up for different people's interpretation. So sometimes, like, if I'm dealing with a really serious matter like a coronavirus vaccine, I probably want to make sure that like there's only like a 1% error in my data. But like if I'm dealing with like, I don't know, like mayoral of Bryan voting elections, maybe I'm like, there's a 5-10% gap I can have. Like that's not as serious and like whatever. So there's actually room for interpretation, but typically we range from that like 10 to 1% range of like, we'll get into that. But that's kind of that. So what I just said, that was talking about a lot of stuff throughout the whole year. So don't feel like you need to worry about that on Tuesday. Okay, let's finish out this little video here and see what they say.
All right, apart from one. That person went on to develop Parkinson's.
Oh wow.
Apart
Okay.
from one.
So, oh no.
That person went on to develop Parkinson's.
Missed the kicker. So we're here, 11 out of 12 right. Is there convincing evidence? Maybe I need 12 out of 12.
Apart from one. That person went on to develop Parkinson's.
So she actually got 12 out of 12 right. So like, she probably could. We already thought she could probably smell it, but like 12 out of 12 is like even better odds. So she's doing really good.
Scientists believe that Parkinson's may cause a subtle change in the skin's natural oil, and are working to develop a test that could help diagnose the disease even before physical symptoms occur.
This is a significant new area to research into. There are many scientists looking to do early diagnostics. We all want to do that. We want to be able to tell people, unfortunately, but tell them that they've got a disease earlier than is currently happening. We can find that molecular signature, find a test for it at an early stage. That's when the breakthrough will be. So this is the beginning of the breakthrough.
Joy's husband Les died earlier this year, but the hope is that through science and research, the phenomenon that is her sense of smell will help reverse the destructive power of a disease for which, as yet, there is no cure. Mike?
All right, sweet. So they're trying to use her stuff to see, like, can she smell Parkinson's or not? She can. So it's helping. They're trying to see DNA stuff. I don't know, in my mind, the first time I saw that video, I pictured them just bringing people in and she'd just smell them all day. Okay. So we're good with that. 9 o'clock, so we're past our halfway point. So our lessons, because of block, I have to do like 2 a day. So I'm shooting for 9 o'clock, or no, 9:05, and then we take like a 5-minute break, and then we start our second lesson. So both lessons are 45 minutes. That might change. Some lessons might be shorter and then longer, who knows. But that's kind of our general flow. So I think I've talk about that. So this is an AP class, College Board. So on the website they have what we're doing. They have the units. For the first, on Schoology, we're at the chapter 1 and chapter 2 are unit 1. All this is online, but we're gonna go from here. So this is like graphing stuff and interpreting and comparing stuff. This is like linear regression, scatter plot stuff. How do we collect good data, probability, and then this is all inference stuff, which is kind of where we were getting to. Is there convincing evidence? How do I prove it mathematically? So this will be like our entire spring right here, and this will mostly be our fall. And so breaking it down and seeing that. The AP test is it's like the last test. I think they changed it recently, but I want to say like May 14th. I guess I wrote it on here. May 13th, that's a good guess. So if you look at your calendar, the other paper I gave you, the very last one, I did this all the way out to the entire year. It's not in great detail, but it gives you a rough outline. Things could change. May 13th, the AP stat test is at noon. So I do encourage signing up for the AP test. Alethea was asking me, like, is it a hard one? And that's kind of a tough question to answer. I don't think it is, it's not the hardest AP test for sure, but it is hard and like impossible to pass it if you don't know what you're doing. You cannot BS your way through statistics, okay? Like you don't generally know what they're going to pass.
Interruption, students with last names starting with P and Q. P and Q, please bring and you did not receive an ID yesterday.
Putting a paper over that a year ago was the
library
greatest thing ever.
So that we can get you your ID. Again, last name
Was
is
it really
P
loud?
and Q, bring your schedule. to the
Especially
library.
when they play music, it's so loud.
It'd be right above your head.
Okay, so AP test, with what we'll be doing all year, like y'all will be ready. Like it's not a question of like I think you can do it, but if you're like you gotta own it. But I think it's a really good opportunity for you to get an elective credit or a credit into your major. It depends upon each major, but at least a credit for like $50 compared to paying a college class of like whatever $500. I don't even know. I don't know how much a college class runs these days. So here we are on the first day. Can you smell Parkinson's? We're gonna go general overview. So they're kind of blocked up. Like I have to do 2 lessons a day. I'll see y'all every Tuesday and Friday for the year. And then like every other, I think we're silver. We're a silver day. So like I won't see you next Wednesday, but this week will be the best week of your life because you get to see me 3 times, and then another good week, and then so we'll go from there. So the half days are 60-minute lessons, and so I was going back and forth. I'm gonna use the half days as we'll do like AP multiple choice problems, free response problems, look at the rubrics. Once we do a test, we'll use some of that time to go through our test, and you can look at it, ask me questions, because by then everyone should have taken the test, so we can freely talk about it. And yeah, so I think those will be really good, like half days. That can be like AP prep the entire year. What's up?
What are we gonna do after the AP test? So
After the AP test is like, I'll see you 2 days and we'll just party. Like, just like whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, we're not gonna do anything after. Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never done anything after. I mean, we're gonna be very diligent in doing our something after. You won't have a final. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. So where I'm at. So like chapter 1 test. There we are, right there. I also have it on the side board right there. Let's see. Did I have this over here? I'll just talk about it now. So like, we have to turn in all our stuff online. So I'm going to give you paper copies of notes that you can use, because like I'm a person that needs to write on paper, but like the homeworks and stuff are just going to be online, and we're going to practice submitting today something. But like I'll put those on Schoology today. Like they're on there, they're just not published to y'all yet. And you can look at it, and then it's due every time we have a quiz. So like on Friday, a week from today, we have a quiz over our first little section, and the homework's due that day. And so the way the quiz days will work is the first like 10, 15 minutes, I'll open it up for like any questions you have over the lessons, the homeworks and stuff, and then we'll take a quiz. And then we'll go to our next lesson. So those will kind of be our question days, if you can't make it to tutoring or whatever. But like the days we're just doing a lesson, we kind of just need to go through and do our thing. We don't really, just to make it the best use of time, I don't want to end up getting behind. So quiz days will kind of be our check-ins, and then we'll take a quiz. Quizzes are daily grades, homeworks are daily grades. Homeworks are completion grades. Quizzes are, just graded as they are. Quizzes are, so the AP test is 50% multiple choice, 50% free response. So the tests are that way, but the quizzes are all free response. There's no multiple choice, because the free responses are the harder ones to do. Yeah, so there's our schedule. Any questions on that before I kind of move through? This can change. I'll make sure to let y'all know when it changes, but some of y'all might find it helpful. Also, a heads up, like in the spring, there's a lot of golf tournaments on Friday, Saturdays. So we're gonna have to work out like me recording the lesson and somebody pushing play on my computer so that y'all can watch it or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Maybe Wednesdays will turn into some lessons. Like, we'll work it out. Okay, so I kind of talked about this. This is just like what a lesson would look like. So like 45 minutes first lesson, 5-minute break, 45 minutes again. So like this is like a section where y'all will be going through it, then I'll go back and talk about it, and then we'll kind of have like a vocab big ideas area where like here's the main thing for the day, like this is this new word, like standardized score or whatever, and so we'll put it here, and then there's like a little like mastery check basically. So that's how most lessons will go. Homework. Let me check Schoology. So it works out for posting it to Schoology, but there's this website, Mrs. Daniels, where I think I've posted it on our Schoology page here. So here's our calendar. Here's the syllabus that doesn't really say that much. A link to the College Board website, to Khan Academy statistics for extra help. And then, okay, here's our homework. And for the most part, not always, but like in the books, there's the answers in the back that you can at least check. So this is kind of that for you. So technically on all your homeworks, you can just like get completion grades. You can get completion grades by writing anything, but that's not going to help you for the quiz. So that's kind of my interpretation of that. Like I'll give you a homework 100, like even if you didn't know what you're doing, but like it's going to come back to bite you on the quiz, which that's how kind of college works, except it's for the test. They'll let you do that on homeworks, but then they'll kill you on a test. So it's just helpful sometimes to know you're doing the right thing. So like here's a solution to the 1.1 worksheet. And the problem is on some of these, I have changed some of these, but you can just email me if you have a question or something, or maybe I need to make like a remind so y'all can like text me or something on Remind. I don't know. But okay, so like 1.1 worksheet, here's the solution. 1.2 solution. So you can check yourself. Yeah, and also we're doing the multiple choice, and here's the solutions. So I found this website that this teacher had made was just super practical for this year's situation. So there you go. She's got other stuff that I'm not using, but that's it. Not doing vocab matching. Went away from that. Okay. So there's also multiple choice homework. I guess I'll go back to the Schoology page. So like here's chapter 1. You can't see this yet in Schoology, but there is a space for, I put the paper notes. So you're going to get a paper copy, but if you're online for any reason, it's there. Here's a link to the videos that I'll post every day. And then here's 1.1 homework, 1.1 quiz, and stuff like that. And then there's also a multiple choice homework, and then our test. So we're going to figure out this Schoology thing. It's new for everybody. Yeah. Okay. Questions on that before I keep moving on? Down okay? All right. Okay. I already mentioned it. Tests are like, the AP test is 50% multiple choice and free response. So there's 40 multiple choice and 6 free responses in a 90-minute test. My test will typically range from like 10 to 15 multiple choice and 2 to 4 free response. So we'll have a full 95 minutes to do the test. I don't think that will take up all your time. So that works out that like you never have to feel rushed on a test day. So maybe we can even talk about stuff that y'all want to talk about before the test for like 5 minutes. I don't know.
Are the free response questions going to be like A, B, C, D for like number 1?
Yeah, there's some parts to some of them. Especially on the AP test, there's parts. On some of mine don't, some of them do. The biggest thing on the free response is like just fully writing out what you know, like clearly stating what you know, but not stating so much that it's like you obviously don't know what you're saying. Like don't just say something, I don't know.
Like brain down.
Like, cause what happens is what you write on the page will be graded. So like, let's say you write 2-3 sentences that's like gold, and then you write a sentence that's like way off. You have to be counted off for your off part. So don't just write to write, if that makes sense. Okay, what else did I have? Oh, okay. I want to get on Schoology. Let's try that out. So what I have is, I want y'all to get on Schoology, like on your phone. If you can't get on Schoology on your phone, then I want you to try this out tonight. I have a first day assignment, and I'm going to click on it here. And the question is this. So using your own paper, because this is how we're going to turn in our homeworks, our quizzes, our tests, is through Schoology. So y'all are going to be using your own paper, and you're going to write out your solution. So like I would take a piece of paper, I would write out my answer, and then you're going to take a picture of it and submit it into that answers part. So like question number 1 on the quiz next week, you'll have a piece of notebook paper, you will write what you think the answer is, take a picture of it, and then you will post it on here. So my little thing is I want you to practice submitting a picture to Schoology. So be creative, draw me a picture, write your name on a piece of paper, whatever. I want you to just practice taking a picture and submitting it. So the way you do it is the easiest way I know. I don't know, is there a way to take a picture of something on a computer?
I mean, yeah.
You can use the camera and back do it? Okay. Is like the way I do it is I take it on my phone, and then I could either send that to an email to myself on the computer, or I can just go to Schoology on the phone. But there's a little picture icon. Everyone see this here? This picture icon is where you have to click to go to your files for picture. So click that, and then it'll go to your desktop or whatever. Or if you're on a phone, it'll just ask for access to your pictures. And so you'll do that, and then click review and submit, and you'll be good. So we've got 30 minutes for y'all to practice doing this, and then we're done for the day. And ask me other questions. Okay. Yeah, let me turn this recording off before it gets like way too long.
On our adventure cards. Parkinson's. Yeah, that one.
The QuickTime player probably stopped anyway.